All right, guys, I had to sit down. I had to tell you guys some news. Y'all are gonna notice a name change. Y'all know that I came from this old greenhouse and we changed to the Glass House Aquatics just recently. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. We started out with rain, but the sky is kind of clearing up a little bit. Now, I can't tell you it's going to stay that way, but maybe the rain is about to move out of here. I think we're going to have a little bit of break tomorrow, but then maybe some more rain on Sunday. So, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe planting my flower gardens, or at least a few of them, getting some of the seeds in the ground. By the time they come up, we should be out of the danger of frost. So if I can get out there and it's not too wet, I'll do that. Y'all, I've spent the last 30 minutes looking for seeds. I've lost everything today. You ever have those days where you just lose everything you put down? Well, today's one of those days. I can't find my sunglasses, so I've got these things on. My husband calls them my granny glasses, but whatever. I got some more seeds today. I actually got some petunia seeds. I thought about planting those. I wish I had done this earlier though, because the germination date on these, days to maturity on these is 45 to 80. And wow, that is a broad range. I mean, that's 45 to 80. So I don't know. I thought I'd just try them out just to see what they do. I'll probably start them in here in some flats under my lights and then move them out here on this side. And we'll see as an experiment. Y'all, got an update about the greenhouse. So, check this out. Y'all see my walls on my greenhouse, crystal clear. Beautiful. One reason why we built this greenhouse is to be able to view out of it. Now, if you've noticed, look at that. Major clouding. Major. So I contacted them about it over the winter time, and we thought maybe it was just like a residue issue that could be cleaned off. So I tried some things over the winter, but it was too cold to really fool with it. So I was like, springtime comes, I'm gonna get it clean. Well, after conclusion and calling the company, which they're super nice, we've got the wrong stuff on the roof. It doesn't have UV in it. So I'm waiting on them to call me back with the verdict on what we're gonna do. Now, y'all know how difficult it was getting up here, those big pieces, because it's one big piece going across and attached to my house. So it wasn't the easiest thing. But after we got it put up, we kind of got a system. We actually had to take one of them down last fall because it had slid out of the channel. It was the whole thing. But we got it fixed, and we've kind of got some ideas to tweak a few things that we've learned. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated on what they say when they call me back. They're supposed to call me back within like the next hour or so. We were at 80 degrees, and I want to show you guys my seedlings that I started maybe a week ago. Check this out. Okay, so my rare zinnia has not popped up yet. Hope it does. We've got bell pepper popping up on this row right here. Something's after me. We've got some cherry tomatoes coming up, and we've got all of the marigolds pretty much coming up. So that's pretty cool. I grew marigolds from seed last year and transplanted those out into my beds. I'll probably do some of that this year. I may just direct sow as well. See what works. If I have extra, I'll put them somewhere else because I love the marigolds. There's my pepper. There's the marigolds. So I'm going to grab my zinnia seeds. I actually harvested a bunch of them the other day and put them in a jar. A bunch of different colors all mixed together. All kinds of colors. Y'all, look what my husband bought me. So my back's been bothering me, and I've been going to the chiropractor, which has been helping. And when I came home the other day, he had me one of these little things, which is really nice, y'all. It's got like a tractor seat on it, and you can spin it around to raise it up or lower it down. It's got a little locking lever on it somewhere down here, yeah. Super comfy. So I can just kind of sit at my raised beds with it and work in them. I don't sit for very long, but it'd be a good spot to take a break if your back's hurting. I did encounter one little issue with it. It is kind of heavy, so like if your back's already hurting and you're trying to push it around or pick it up, not the most ideal thing. So we put like a strap on it. And I can just move it around. So, yeah, like it a lot. Y'all, the sky's gorgeous right now. Now I just sprinkle my seeds out and then I thin them later if I need to. Y'all, check out my soil. I have so many worms in this soil. Super, super healthy. I use a lot of chicken compost. I use leaves from fall. I just kind of layer it with all kinds of good nutrients that break down. I'm going to go ahead and put these in this bed right here that I don't have a trellis on because I won't need one for those. Last thing on my list is to sow some seeds. I'm gonna plant these petunias. Y'all, and I just got a call back from the glass place where we got this in, and they look back and the material that was cut for the roof was cut from a different piece, and it is not UV protectant. So that is why that happened to the top. So they are replacing it for free, which is amazingly awesome. My husband does have to get up there and do it again, so that's the non-awesome part of it. I think they're supposed to have it in a couple weeks, so hopefully we'll do it before it gets ridiculous hot in here. And like I said, we've got a few plans to do a couple things different, but here we go, y'all. I've noticed some of the potting soils nowadays have a lot of material in them. I don't know that they're as good as they used to be. So I do a lot of sifting, and sometimes I mix mine and things like that. These seeds are super tiny. Look at that. Now I can thin them out. That's what I always say. Alright, you guys, I have some news. I have some news to tell y'all. So, a lot of y'all that watch my channel, y'all know I started out at this old greenhouse, and I've kind of migrated over to a fish channel. Well, my fish channel has kind of taken over my other stuff. And I like that it's brought new people on here, and there's been a lot of people watching it, a lot of views, and you know, that's kept me going and doing more fish stuff on here. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I miss my greenhouse stuff, and I have kind of neglected some of the things out here that I needed to do. I've not neglected my plants or anything, but there's things that I haven't got done out here that I've wanted to do, and I've wanted to post on here, and just kind of my everyday life that I do that's not fish related, like just some of my homesteading stuff, my gardening, my flowers, my landscaping stuff that I love to do outside, growing my flowers and growing my stuff in here, and the gardens and the chickens, and just kind of just everyday life little stuff that I like to put on here. Anything that I'm doing inside the house or just wherever we go, or little trips and stuff. So I've decided to go back to what I truly love and where my heart is, and that is back to this old greenhouse. The fish were just, I love the fish. I do, I love the fish. They were consuming me as far as breeding and having so many tanks. So I decided to list them somewhere, and I think it was just fate because 5 minutes later, a lady had contacted me that was looking for the same setup that I have. She's going to do some sort of macro algae farm, and she needed the exact setup. So she contacted me like 5 minutes later with a price, and we made a deal, and she's coming to get the stuff next weekend. So, and she didn't really want the fish. She said she would take them if I didn't want them, but I really wanted the fish because I'm keeping my 75-gallon, and I'm going to just fill it up and make it awesome. Put all kinds of plants in it and just let the fish enjoy living in there, not worrying about just breeding them and all that kind of stuff. Just letting them live naturally in there and not, moving them out into breeding tanks and here, there, and this and the other. So that is what I feel like I'm led to do. And it gives me more time to kind of go back to what I was doing before, what makes me happy, getting back to growing things. We're going to kind of get right back into the groove. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I hope you stay. If you came here for fish, I hope you stay for this other stuff. I'll still show my fish aquarium and a few things like that. So stay here and enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. I've got to get off here today. I've got some stuff I'm doing this evening at family's house. But I love that you guys come here, and I love your positive comments on here. They really brighten my day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you soon. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. So it is a beautiful day here. We've got one day of like sun before the rain comes back. So I had to go out and get some things. So you guys, the first thing on my list this week is to get my garden secured. I know the deer are going to be back. I know they're going to be back soon. I already saw a rabbit down there last night and some squirrels in there this morning. So had to go out and get some stuff. I was going to do electric netting last year, and I decided against it just because it was so expensive, and I just wasn't sure it would work totally, but that's still in the background in case this option here doesn't work. So I wanted to start off with something a little bit cheaper, something I could move around. So I come up with an idea of getting some fiberglass stakes. I got some, I hope I got enough. If not, I'll come back. But I'm also gonna purchase some deer netting. So I was thinking that would be easy to kind of move around. They're like step-in stakes. And I can move them easily if we need to get in with the tiller or we need to mow around the garden and things like that. So I'm gonna try this. We'll see if it works. If not, we'll move on to the next thing. I have made it back from my shopping trip, and I think I got what I need, or at least what I'm gonna give a try to keep these deer away. Oh gosh, it's a beautiful day, you guys. After having rain all week. Look at the sky. Oh, we should just stay like this forever. So I think we're gonna have rain tomorrow, but then next week looks pretty. So this is what I got. I got these little fiberglass posts. They're like step-ins. So basically, just kind of step them down in, and I'm gonna see if I can rig up the deer netting to it somehow and go around my garden. I'm not quite sure I have enough either, so I don't know. We're gonna start somewhere. This is where I'm headed. All right, so the idea is to have something that's easy to put into the ground, put my netting on, and then when we need to move it around to till or to mow or to whatever, we can just take it out. In theory, in my head, this is gonna work. This stuff is actually 7 feet tall, and these posts are not that tall. So I don't know if I'm gonna cut it or eventually like extend them up with something. I really don't know. Okay, so far I've got, if you can see it, I've got actually zip tied here. And then it's kind of running from here to here. But I'm wondering if I want to just completely wrap one big piece around, which sounds kind of disastrous to me, or do sections. So I've asked my husband to come down. He's gonna give his input. We'll see if I listen. He says I usually ask him and then do the opposite. Chickens are getting their dust baths. Hi, chickens. No, you're not escaping. We had one chicken, we had one chicken escape. Not naming any names, but she might be standing over there. She spent the night outside the coop. I was cleaning out my runs and she got out, and actually all of them did, and I let them kind of roam around for a little bit because I have before, and they all came back in except for her, and me and Seth looked all over for her. She ran into these woods right here, And we could see her, but we couldn't get to her. She would just look at us. And whenever I go back to the house, she'd come out to the compost pile. Well, I'd start walking down the hill, she'd go back in the woods. So she spent the night in there, which I was freaked out that like a raccoon was gonna get her. Got up the next morning, she was at the compost pile. It took us all day to get her. So she's not getting any trips out of the coop right now. No.
Here's what I think.
Well, we didn't have enough netting. Somebody figured it up wrong.
Oh, was I at the store doing the math?
Yes. It's Seth. It was Seth. But we got to there. We've got to go the rest of the way to here. All right, guys, we've done some modifications. My father-in-law came over and he helped me. We originally had this 4 feet up, which we determined that is not high enough. The deer are going to clear that in no time. It's going to be effortless. Moved it up to about 7 feet, and these kind of interlock. So we've zip tied them and put them kind of in each other, so they're a lot taller. But I've determined I need about 15 more probably to go all the way around, and we need another thing of netting. So also, to kind of stake these corners and pull them out, we've used these little tomato cages. Y'all, I've got this rigged up. But it's always something down here trying to protect these tomatoes and get them going. So, whatever it takes, right? Whoever gets to the food first. Oh, this will be. So, yeah, we've always got something going on out here. I will keep you guys updated on how it works. And hopefully we'll get it all set up right. I'm going to have an opening over here so the tiller and tractor can get through here. And we, in theory, be able to move it pretty easily. So my husband can mow, because he likes to mow. That is the plan, y'all. Food on the way. Now, if this doesn't work worth a hoot, then I'll be on to my next idea. I may end up having to spend more money. This wasn't very costly. So far, it was about $20 for the stakes, times 2, because I got to buy more. And then the netting was like 20 bucks. Times 2, because I gotta buy more. So, but anyways, it's cheaper than my first idea, which was the Premier One netting, which probably would have worked really good. But that was so expensive. So, I don't know. I'll end up spending all the money on this and going back and getting the other stuff too. But there's also electric wire you can put around, but that doesn't solve the rabbit problem. So there's just other issues. I don't know. I'm willing to give this a try first and see if it works.